Hey guys, what's going on? Turn this fan off here. Anyway, hey Sean Rader, Nordic Maelstrom, John Strain, Robert Phillips, Matt Sherman. Good God, no, I'm not streaming 8 hours tonight. Crimson Jester, I am very glad to be safe. Um, Not your Echo, you're here, and you brought three Dwarven Magic users. No, dang it, no. Me and Morna, hello, good to see you. Anyway, welcome everybody. I'm glad you're all here tonight. Last night was a hell of a ride, wasn't it? We did 8 hours. We had over 1,000 views. Wheeling Dragon, hello. Michael Connor, Hail Lobster, I'm ready. How you doing, Michael? What's the status of the home front, buddy? Um, if you follow me on Twitter, uh, you can check out some videos that I dropped over there today. Just literally walked around with my mobile and filmed a few things. I talked about the neighborhood. We did a little bit of branch cleanup today. The giant tree that fell in the backyard is going to have to be uh, remediated somehow. Um, don't know how I'm going to do that, how I'm going to be able to do that. I guess, how to eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? Um, I'm not going to be hopping around a bunch of windows and sharing a bunch of stuff tonight. And y'all be lucky to get 90 minutes out of me tonight also. I'm pretty tired. I feel like I could sleep for 100 days. So um, let's see. So we went from 9 to 6 yesterday and today. And then when I was done, I was it 9 to 6 or 9 to 5? I don't remember. Anyway, I went out in the living room, kicked back in the recliner, pulled a comforter over me, and slept till about 9 o'clock when my wife came out. And she had been woken up by the sound of creaking trees, which was highly upsetting. Lord Misfit, hello. Josh Butler, good to see you over on Twitter. Um, but So yeah, and of course there were flood alert things coming through. And we had the weirdest thing, the Department of Defense. I've said before, my wife works for the Department of the Army. We have gotten today, I would say until lunchtime, just every hour, multiple times, we got multiple phone calls from robocalls, not in the phone spam sense, but the Department of Defense. It was a VRU thing where you had to enter like your status and so on and etc. And I got them on my phone. That's the weird thing. Uh, Colleen, Mrs. the Dungeon Delver, got them on her phone, but I was getting them on my phone. I have not worked directly for the government ever. So it was very strange to get those, but they eventually stopped when we stopped heating them. Um, Talked to a lot of my neighbors, walked around the neighborhood, um, and talked to people. Really, the tree down in our backyard, I think, was the big event. But other than that, there was really nothing. There was really nothing. Um, Anyway, so orbital air, things are going fine. We never lost power. I went to a store today and picked up some Cokes because I needed a caffeine and sugar buzz, and the store was just fine. I didn't see any, you loot, we shoot signs up. The main back road out of our neighborhood had a tree falling across it, which there were neighborhood people. Neighborhood people were hacking up that tree. That was pretty nice to see. I saw 1 or 2 down power lines and a couple of street signs broken off, like the whole post, which is weird because you would think that a wood tree would just get snapped like a matchstick, and those, steel, reinforced steel, you know what a signpost looks like. It's kind of like if you look at it edge on, it looks like a hat. It goes like that, up like that, over like that, down like that, and then it's got holes as mounting points just down its length. But I saw a couple of those that had just been bent. That's normal. I don't know if that's in reference to the Department of Defense thing. The only thing I lost was some sanity. I lost a lot of that. Yeah. Yeah, and lopping the branches definitely worked for me. I think they would have damaged our roof. I'm pretty sure. Yes, destroy water. Destroy water is a spell, Robert. So yeah, I got about 3 hours sleep after the live stream, the marathon live stream. And then I put on, I was like, oh, one of my favorite YouTubers uploaded, this tech YouTuber called Michael MJD, and he does just weird tech stuff. And he was going to try out Menuet OS, which is like a microkernel micro OS that, like, early builds of it ran off of a floppy disk. And it's like a full GUI with various tools. I mean, nowadays, in the days of a flash drive, do I have a nice big flash drive? Anyway, I mean, you can get a 1 terabyte flash drive for $49 if you wanna run your OS off of removable media, right? Hey, Joe Kaufman, good to see you. Doc Flamingo, good to see you too. So yeah, that video was like 45 minutes long or something, and I put it in, and I put my feet up on the subwoofer over here, and I mean, I slept hard. I don't know how long after the end of the video I slept on until, but I slept hard. Excuse me. Yeah. We just had dinner, cooked on the stove. That was nice. I had a frozen chicken breast and a couple of frozen pork chops left in the freezer, so I thawed those. And thank you, Connect. Thank you. There was cheesecake. There still is cheesecake. We have a little less than half of the key lime cheesecake is left. Yeah, I cooked up the chicken and the pork chops the same, in a big saucepan. But the real cool thing that I did, and you guys should be proud of me, I made Alfredo sauce from scratch today for the first time on my own. I had to look the recipe up, but I did it, and it was pretty good, actually. The 80s guy, hello. Hello. So anyway, I'm going to get my water bottle down here. See, the smart Florida man freezes his water bottles. You put your water bottles in the freezer, and you have cold potable water for hours, and you Also can pack it in your cooler. Get a slice of strawberry cheesecake today. Excellent. What am I watching these days? Uh, just clouds now, Jack. Honestly, the clouds that are here aren't even associated with Milton, I don't think. I just watch it like 90%. If it's on TV, it's college football or a movie. But when I want like video entertainment, uh, I want it's like YouTube. I'll pull up something on YouTube. Yeah, so the recipe was butter, couple tables. It's like couple tablespoons of butter, tablespoon of flour, pinch of garlic, cup of milk, half a cup of Parmesan cheese, pinch of pepper, pinch of salt, pinch of nutmeg. That took me by surprise. I was like, no way, this is going to end up tasting like sweet. It's not going to be good. Thank you, 80s guy. But no, it was delicious. Last night during the storm, my oldest had just made some pasta. So I took that pasta and I heated up some of it, and then I just dumped out the homemade Alfredo on the bowl, tossed it, and folks seemed to enjoy it. So we had I didn't have heavy cream. Hey, Cal. Yeah, I didn't have heavy cream, Daniel Rowan. I wasn't there. The police have asked that you drive as little as possible unless it's an emergency. Clear the way for first responders. You know, don't be in their way if you don't have to. But anyway, so that's just how the day went, guys. That's just how the day went. And I'm glad you are feeling well enough to eat, Wheeling Dragon. I know how miserable you must have been. I know how miserable you must have been. I'm very sorry. Nothing D&D related really has come to mind. We talked off and on last night into this morning about a few different topics, but you know, unless you guys have questions. I will tell you before we get into that, if you haven't already, if you're just stopping by off of Twitter or YouTube and you're like, is this crazy ugly old man talking about he live streamed for 8 hours? I did through the storm. And if you want some of this craziness, hey Yang, thank you very much. Then click the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications. As you saw, even through a hurricane, I stream 5 nights a week here on the channel. Sometimes, like this week, 6 nights a week. And typically, I actually have content. Mondays is Mail Call and Monday Miniature Madness and RPG News. Now, if I don't get anything in the mail and there's no RPG news, sometimes it's just miniatures, and then sometimes there's nothing to talk about miniatures. But Mondays, we always look at the week ahead. Yeah, radio disc jockeys won't even work a 7-hour. So yeah, I did. I do that on Mondays. Tuesday nights, nominally, and listen to me. I apologize. I am so sorry for not live streaming AD&D Tuesday night. I'm really sorry. Breaking that is not something I wanted to do. Wednesday night, my co-host Kyle usually comes in and does something. Otherwise, we'll deep dive a book, a module, a fiction book, a zine, something like that. Thursday nights, tonight, is when we usually have guests, but I was not expecting gusts. Friday night, tomorrow night, is a proper return to flight. Tomorrow night, we are rejoining our Call of Cthulhu Halloween Shocktober mini campaign. And I'm exactly as happy as you might think about that. Thank you guys. I appreciate it all. I appreciate it all. And let's see. So yeah, that's tomorrow night. Now I said some weeks we stream 6 nights a week, and that is true. That is true this week. Is it 7 o'clock? I believe it's 7 o'clock, but I'll let you guys know for sure. But this Saturday, Alyssa Hazel is going to be on the show. She is a speculative fiction, horror, suspense, sci-fi, call it whatever you want, author. I met her over on Twitter Space, and I've been trying for months to get her on the show, and she's finally back from whatever nonsense she had going on. I'm just kidding. She just got married. We agreed long before the nuptials that her appearance on the show would be after her marriage. So Alyssa Hazel will be here Saturday. Sunday I'm not streaming. And then Monday we return to normal. I'll be sitting back in the studio space. Somebody wanted me to talk about the Tudor Inn for Miniature Building Authority, so I'll be talking about that. And then Tuesday, we're back to playing First Edition AD&D. Wednesday, Kyle's going to be back running a D&D Overland campaign that I get to play in. And then Thursday, well, we'll just have to see if we have a guest on Thursday, won't we? And Friday, our third session of Call of Cthulhu, and so on and etc. on into the night. So all of that is coming your way, and I hope you guys are excited about that. And again, if you're new to the channel, a few things. One, I normally don't stream from this PC. Two, we usually have actual content. I don't suck this much. Usually. Mostly. Alright, I get a D as opposed to the F that is this, okay? And then you can click the subscribe button and the bell icon. And let me ask you something. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're watching it in the future, tell me what you like about the video, and I'll do more of that. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down and tell me what you disliked about the video, and I'll do less of that thing within reason. If you're like, I don't like your lighting, your camera angles, your voice, your subject, your face, I'm not going to do less of those things. But anyway, so I would greatly appreciate that. I would love to I didn't finish the character. I mean, people just said roll stats, and I rolled stats. One of the things that I learned during this whole process, and my mind was blown. Now, look, I am not jumping around and showing you guys a bunch of stuff like I was trying to do last. I had more instances of Brave browser open, not tabs, separate windows, almost showing you guys like private stuff of my own. Get your minds out of the gutter. But one of the things I learned last night, Waffle House, little pancake joint, has a crisis information center that is so well networked, FEMA relies on it to assist them with data gathering. See you, Chris Kane. Take care. Waffle House has a data network and integration on a level that assists first responders. Waffle House knows the weather conditions at their stores. They know which stores are open. They know the inventories of which stores. They will contact FEMA and say, hey, you've got XYZ teams, or they will contact power companies. They will contact fire departments and say, you have teams in our area. These are the Waffle Houses that are open. FEMA will concatenate that data with, all right, are the Waffle Houses open? Okay, then things are off the rails. 33K7, hello. I'm doing as good as I can, man. So I had informally heard of the Waffle House scale: green, normal operations, everything in stock; yellow, limited menu, might have to close; and red, the Waffle House is closed. But they really use it, and they really do crisis management, and FEMA really relies on them. Have I ever been to Waffle House at 0300? Yes, I have. I'm not going to say what state I was in. Let's just say I was very hungry, and everything tasted a lot better. I wanted to munch on a lot of food, and I ended up getting like waffles, of course, hash browns, a breakfast steak, 2 eggs scrambled, toast, a carafe of OJ. I want to say I got a biscuit with gravy on it just because, but Guac Live will be held across from the Waffle House. It'll be held in the Waffle House. There's tables, there's food, there's music to listen to. Now, one thing I remember, because this was a minute or two ago, all right? This was college-age Dungeon Delver. One thing I remember is the steak was about, I don't know, about as thick as a magazine, like Time magazine or People, and chewy. Yes, Kenneth, one of those hungries. Um, I genuinely don't like coffee unless it's got a bunch of crap in it, like rum. Um, we didn't get a free show at the Waffle House. It was just quiet. There were a few other people in there. Everything was funny to me. I don't know why. But again, we're talking about 1993 when I've written 92 or 93. But yeah, I do. I do find that a very impressive setup that Waffle House has it, and I mean it is like you guys have seen War Games, the control room in War Games. That's what they have. It wasn't an AI generated image. It wasn't a Photoshop. A giant wall of monitors, computer stations. No wonder FEMA wants to piggyback off of them. That's gameable. That is absolutely gameable. That is like this close to a usable cyberpunk scenario. Forget being like the ambulance team that's suggested in Cyberpunk 2077. You are the Waffle House replenishment team. You provide air support and regular food deliveries to Waffle Houses across the cyberpunk landscape of North America. What kind of entertainment? Oh, music, MMA fights, comedy routines. Guess that smell. Yeah, yeah. 007's Tomorrow Never Dies, but Waffle House Crisis Information Center. Oh my gosh. So what do you think? Should I stream until we hit 1,000 viewers tonight? I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that again. It took 8 hours, and if I do that tonight, my amygdala will completely liquefy and trickle out my nose. Let's see. So we have 33 on Twitter, 76 over on X. By the way, occasionally some people, you will leave comments on the videos, even if you're watching live. I don't see those until afterwards. I generally don't get the notifications until after. So if you say hi in the comments during the video to comment on it live, um, I, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you. Yeah, I'm scared of the 24-hour marathon I'm going to do someday because I was melting at 8 hours last night. I was like, come on, you can do it, you can do it. I can't imagine looking at the clock at the 8 hour mark and going, I have to do this 2 more times. No, the 80s guy. I have done a 12-hour stream. Work Bob, hello. Hi, it's good to see you. So yeah, I have done a 12-hour stream before. That's right, Damien X247. You were here for it. And I had intended to do one Someday, Wheeling Dragon. Maybe for like the show's 5th anniversary or something. Dice Tail says, "Don't kill myself over an arbitrary time goal." No, this is killing myself over a specific time goal. Oh, I probably just screwed up. I shouldn't have said that phrase. Yeah, no, it's not Sunday. Trust me, it's not Sunday. I had intended to do a 12-hour live stream in April, after I got back from GaryCon, but I got Kung Flu at GaryCon, and there are things. Being sick and miserable might keep you up 24 hours. Sitting in front of a camera for 24 hours would have been like, you ever hear that sound that a power steering pump makes when it needs belt dressing and you pull the wheel too hard to the left or right? That's what your brain does if you force yourself to stay awake and you're sick. Do something for my 5th anniversary that's quality and representative of who and what I am. Oh, God. Oh, no, no. Honey, no. Well, same back to you, Wheeling Dragon, for all the cool stuff that you do, the dice making, the general positivity. At the end of 24 hours, I'm doing interviews and puppeteering with my pets. I'm picturing, I have a guilty pleasure. It's not really a guilty pleasure because I think the dude is genuinely funny. But I really like JonTron. And his Flex Seal video he did, the first one. The second one he did where the people at Flex Seal were just like, that shit's funny, let's do a video mashup, or collab rather. At the end of the video, he's wearing like this full body suit of Flex Seal tape. And he's standing there and he's looking at somebody. He goes, I'm perfect. I'm perfect. I'm too perfect. Don't look at me. Ah! And he runs into the bathroom. You can hear the shower running, and he's like clawing at the tape. And he goes, why won't God let me die? That is going to be me at the end of 24 hours. This is nice D&D building community. Oh, let's take a look at that. I'll put that up there. Excuse me. Anything that helps people in their confidence, anything that builds people up is good. That's very cool. By the way, that down there, that guy down there, that is my co-host who has the Mo-host. But it is Kyle Schuant, and he is an amazing co-host. You're missing something if you're not tuning in. Kyle has that Australian sense of humor. You know, the one that you say, hey, wait a second. Oh, yeah, no, that shit's funny. I love Kyle to pieces. The show wouldn't be what it is without him. But yeah, I'm pretty beat, if I'm being honest. Like right now, if I just Samantha the Wizard or Samantha the Witch wiggled my nose, and a cot appeared right here, you guys would just see me like go over. We lit the first fire in the kitchen wood stove tonight. Oh, you do that and it's cool, and I do it and my wife's like, call the fire department. What are you doing? You'll burn the house down. I mean, I was able to cook on it. You know, metal box full of fire. Make me. No, I haven't, Kyle. I haven't. I haven't done that in 30 years. No real desire to. Savo, hello. What hit my door last night? A missionary manatee, your neighbor's prize winning hydrangea bush. Last one is actually closest to the pin because it was a giant magnolia tree that collapsed next to the house. Fire bad, Kennick. Fire bad. Savo is knocking out some absolutely gorgeous art. We need to Joe Kaufman got cigars. Wait, where are you going? I was gonna make espresso. Holy shit. Oh, Gene Hackman. Absolutely great. Oh, Rob was logging on just as I was stepping out, finally finishing. I need a full comic of Savo and Savo. Savo. I need a full comic of Fievel and the dueling mistress. Like just plot, character, everything. I'm just letting you know that. Yeah, one thing I'm going to say about Alan, I'm not streaming. I'm probably asleep in my recliner right now, which is an odd thing to say in my own dream, but what are you going to do? There are no books that I would burn. None. If the ideas in the books are so awful and terrible, the books should be preserved to show people how awful and terrible they are. You do not defeat an idea by suppressing it. Savo has a question for the Australian. I'm assuming you said Australian and meant Australia, not Austrian. Because he is a bodybuilder also. Hey, Kyle. Savo has a question for you. Come on, it's right here. Answer it. Hey, don't bullshit it. Get to the question. Do it now. I am vibrating at a rate of hertz right now that I am actually over there. Get to the chopper. Lau. Ask the question, Savo. It's not a tumor. I've escaped from my keepers, Ellen. It's too late. Come on. Ask the question. Hans and Franz, yep. Wait, Is it Austin? Is it Australia or Austria? So many questions. In Britain, friends at Fighting Fantasy introduced RPG early games. Define the community there. Oh, that's a good call. I'm going to put that up there. So hopefully Kyle will swing by and see it again. And I hope you're preparing to answer that, Kyle. Unless somebody super chats me, until Kyle responds, that's staying up there. What accent, Kennick? What are you talking about? Stop whining. Oh, my bed is paging me. Man, that's not what I thought you wrote. That is not at all what I thought you wrote. Wow. And I can't. I can't. That's worse, Robert. That's worse. Boom. Come with me if you want to live. Fighting fast. Okay. Loud. Loud, loud, loud. Loud. Someone asked me something Dungeons and Dragons related, please, or throw a super chat or something. I can't. The little plastic gears in my brain have stripped. We have those, John. They're called cave crickets. The lady who founded Del Rey Publishing was a small person. That's news to me. What is my favorite Appendix N book? Probably The Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I mean, I've heard, like Rob says, Gary hated Tolkien, and Gary's told me he didn't hate Tolkien, that he loved The Hobbit, and he wasn't fond of Lord of the Rings. Who's dreaming? The 80s guy. Don't trust machines. Yeah, I would say it's The Lord of the Rings. Non-typical adventuring gear. I don't know, because I consider all of them typical. I consider everything that you'd get there, you'd use. I don't know. I don't know. I consider all of them typical. Like immediately, like, oh no, that's only for edge case. Everything in the player's handbook has a use. My favorite piece of adventure gear. Okay, that's better. My favorite piece of adventuring gear is probably the humble flask of oil. Obscure question. Gary, elaborate. Jimmy, you asked that last night. Please tell me you asked me that last night. Because I remember you asking. He did not. He did not. Savo, I thought your favorite was the mason jar with a will-o'-the-wisp inside. But anyway, Jimmy, no elaboration on it. but it puts Greyhawk into the perspective that you have to remember. Greyhawk is a post-apocalypse setting. Yeah, we were all. And I gotta say, you know, I kept up the stream. A whole lot of y'all stuck with me for that 8 hours. This is my ride or die crew, my ride outs last night. The Wisp never behaves. Is that the AD&D Will o' the Wisp? Has Feifel made friends with a chaotic evil marsh spirit? Yes, Greyhawk is post-apocalypse. Two great empires, the Sul and the Flan empires, destroyed each other in a nuclear exchange. Let me elaborate. I would go fighter thief just so if they have to, they can wear heavier armor in a pinch. And if you've ever seen a hobbit in a pinch, okay, that's cool. That's cool stuff. Yeah. Oh, I love the one where she's firing into the double boiler there, just like. Anyway, so Greyhawk is a post-apocalypse setting. The rain of colorless fire and the invoked devastation. The Sea of Dust on the map of Greyhawk, that used to be a green, pleasant land. It was nuked. That was the Empire of the Sul. And it is now a lifeless desert. So, hear me out. When players ask, why can't we make X? We find X. Why can't we make X? Think about this. Have a good night, Wheeling Dragon. Get well soon. I'm glad you were able to eat. You're playing Twilight 2000. You've been in Europe for years. You knock over some bandits. They're in possession of a functioning tow launcher and 6 tow missiles. Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, Grumman, whoever, back in the United States, they're gone. They cease to exist. The cities they were in were vaporized, or even if the buildings where the missiles were made are fine and the people who made them were fine, there's no more circuitry coming. There's no more mining of the copper to make the hair-fine wires that trail out behind the missiles. The various chemicals for the rocket propulsion. The precisely engineered inverted cone. If it's a TOW 2B with top attack option, the critically manufactured sensors to fire the shape charge into the top of the vehicle as it passes over it. Those are gone. Those industries no longer exist, and they won't exist for another 100 years or so, if ever. So just like that, when you find a magic item in the Greyhawk setting, hey, Wave of Mutilation. Thank you for being a member for 14 months, Wave. When you when you playing some games, find those items in a Greyhawk campaign that you cannot enchant, an apparatus of Qualish, a machine of Lum the Mad, a Daoud's Wondrous Lanthorn, a Sphere of Annihilation, a Talisman of the Sphere, a Talisman of Zagi. The empires that were capable of making those are gone. It was common for the Soul or the Flan to be able to make those things. The +3 longsword you find in it some giant's hoard. He's using it as a potato peeler. That might have been kicking around for 1,000 years or more. And just like in the Twilight 2000 setting, where, yes, you can make simple tank ammunition, you can, with a machine shop, you can make moderately reliable automatic and semi-automatic weapons. You can reload brass cartridges. You can smelt new bullets. You can even grind and polish lenses to make new sights for things. But there's just some things that will never be attained again in your character's lifetimes. And so you are essentially exploring, or rather, when you explore, you're finding the last remnants of those ancient empires. No, magic is not becoming scarce in Greyhawk. There are just powerful spells and powerful item making whose knowledge is lost forever. Anyway, somebody asked about a 40k fleet over Earth. Assuming they have no Imperial Psychers beyond their navigators, like no Sisters of Silence, no special characters, which they almost certainly will have, like a Saint Celestine or Reboot Guliman. Once they realize what's going on, you can have a mage probably wish them away. Sisters of Silence, named characters, that sort of thing, would probably be able to resist it. I'm always happy to fill people in with the info. I don't know what Gaia is. My new 40k lore is not strong. See, I was never a Forgotten Realms fan. I'm just not. And I've explained why. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Creating a custom spell called Mold Magic can be used to combine magic items into a single magic item with the powers of both. I am reminded of the episode, the Simpsons Gun Club episode. Mo holds up this shotgun, and there's like this cruciform piece of metal mounted on the barrels, and there's like a Derringer, a revolver, like a sawed-off shotgun, and an automatic, and there's pieces of string leading back to the trigger on the shotgun, and he's very proud of it, and he's saying, and that's how, with a simple modification, You can make one gun into 5 guns. Oh, this is a multi-tier question, Savo, and I'm going to put that up there. Okay, so no, I do not play them that this was Earth, EARTH, and that there are the remnants of the U.S. and USSR. No Planet of the Apes moments, you know. You maniacs! You blew it up! None of that. I lean heavily into the Sewell being like a decadent Greek or Romanesque empire. The Flan I haven't really thought out. Maybe sort of a medieval Spanish sort of empire. That's their aesthetic, but not technological. I mean, there are some technological aspects, but they're heavily infused with magic. So, like the apparatus of Qualish came from one empire, the machine of Lum the Mad, Heward's mystical organ, things like that. Now, if I were so inclined, I could go down a rabbit hole to say, yes, that actually is Earth. Hence, you've got Lake Superior. There are 2 moons because the war between the 2 actually fractured the moon in half. You have Wave? I didn't realize. If someone super chats me, I'll do the whole bit in Alex Jones' voice. But anyway, you could go down a very deep rabbit hole to say that the war was so bad that it, with the exception of Lake Superior, everything else was completely wiped out. That elves, dwarves, that basically all of the D&D monsters are earth creatures that became mutated, and that what people in Greyhawk think of as magic is actually not. Oh my God! Oh my God! Playing some games. Good Lord. Thank you. And I hope that answers your question, Savo. Yes, Jim was not fond of Thunder the Barbarian. Good Lord. Good Lord. Playing some games. That is... Your largesse is greatly appreciated. All right. Here we go. You maniacs! You blew it up! You blew it up! Damn you all to hell! God damn you! There you go. There you go. Who'll match him? That woke me up. That woke me out of my... I'm falling asleep. Somebody super chat for Alex Jones. $100. What? I'm awake now. I'm awake now. I just ought to do the rest of the show in the Alex Jones voice. It's like another 30 minutes as Alex Jones. I mean, for $100. So let me tell you about Feifel. The elves don't want you to know. They're putting something in the way bread. They're putting something in the way bread to make the elves red-haired. Yeah, 60 years of spoilers. Yes, Nova was hot. They're turning the ICP. I can't say that. I was just drunk off my tits with some friends one night. We had gone down to rent a video, at Blockbuster. And it was like the, I don't know, the 40th anniversary of Planet of the Apes, 30th anniversary, something like that. I don't know. So there's a standee, a videotape standee, and it's the tilting. Yeah, it's a giant spoiler. There's the broken Statue of Liberty, and big General Ursa cardboard cutout in the front, and it's all the different Planet of the Apes movies in different pockets, and we're walking around looking for a movie. And I see this thing, and I just I did the whole Heston bit in the store. You really did it, didn't you? And, I'm not going to do it now, but Blockbuster, yeah. Oh my gosh. Blockbuster. See what you did there. I'm just catching up with the All Supers. I'm going to be here for an hour before the timer runs out on that playing some. He has gifted me and he has destroyed me. Yes. I'll tell you why Kennick likes the Connery voice. It gets you wet. Oh, yeah, she's sitting there right now. She's fanning herself. No, dear. I'm just listening to this live stream. You stay in the other room. Yes, you know what it is, don't you? Let's do an Apes Adventure for Game World. I might. My co-host, Kyle, was doing that. When I first started gaming with Kyle and with Aurora, he ran Aftermath, and it was just us. It was just the two of us. I don't think we were using Roll20. May have been like Skype or something. But Kyle ran Aftermath, and he put so many tropes in his game. We fought like post-apocalypse weirdos, like from DEF CON 3. We fought Terminators. We fought, and we were getting ready to fight intelligent apes. Kyle was just like, yeah, right, man, and threw everything at us. Is Delver secretly Aquaman? No, I'm secretly Storm. What should you do for a one-shot CNC Halloween? You won. Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh. Low level, a haunted house that the party can't just dispel magic, dispel magic, dispel magic. We're fine. I would run you one. That's what I would do. Kennick says, Colleen is a lucky lady. Yes. But you're a lake right now, aren't you, Lash? There you go, played some games. You're buying a lot of advice tonight. Let me tell you something, played some games. Your players at your table, they don't know what's going to happen. Don't warn them. Just drop it on them. Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh. And then you'll say, I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you. Should I tell the players, oh Lord? What should I tell the players? Sacrifice them. Consume them. That one I can't do. That. You run the Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh. Don't give them any choice in it. Just play the module like it was written. My only problem, Robert Phillips, is Tego Manor is too big of a nut to crack. Well, I guess it depends on how oh, nice one, David Brown. The quote from Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Yeah, Tagle Manor, and like the whole point of Tagle Manor is like, okay, it's a Tomb of Horrors-esque thing, but I mean, I suppose you can do it just for funsies. My wife's cat is back. Yes, you heard it. You heard it there, plain. Canuck wants some porking. She's asking for pork. You know what I mean. Yes. Your attack was too slow, no better than that of a clumsy child. Yes, that she does not approve of me waving with a tail. This is my wife's cat. Everybody say hello to Lexi. Hi, Lexi. Hi, everybody. Hello. She's purring so hard right now. She's like, I don't care. I mean, her purring is insane. Huh? Can you guys hear that? I don't know if you guys could hear that. Emergency pocket bacon, absolutely. That was when I was grocery shopping. Was it Monday? I don't know, but I had what is that word? Bill, I have no idea. Partying with Heidi and Eric at EggCon. I'm gonna be working at EggCon. I will probably have dinner and hang out with Heidi and Eric, but I'm gonna be busy at EggCon. Totally. Thank you, Seek Changer. You see, lads, she's so hysterical right now, she can barely type. I start talking like this and her hands start to tremble. Well, one hand does. Canuck, John, we'll keep working with you on the spelling. Anyway, when I was Mercy Pocket Bacon. When I was shopping, I gushy it up however you want, man. The pen is mightier. Femtoba. Anyway, when I was shopping, I did the smart thing. I bought pre-cooked bacon. I bought a couple of boxes of pre-cooked bacon so the dinner I made tonight, I had mentioned it earlier. I made Alfredo. We had vegetables. We had just simple sautéed pork chops and sautéed chicken breast. I thought I would end up like I was going to be cooking that stuff on the grill outside. But no, I was able to cook it all on the stove because I have electricity. Again, this assumes that I'm not lying semi-conscious delirious from heat stroke in my house with no electricity. User Scion. That sounds vaguely like George Carlin's bit about not cutting your hair. Yes, Curse of Candlelight Manor. There's a damn good AD&D, OD&D conversion for that. Yeah, Robert's over there like, Bill, come and play with us forever and ever. I'm gonna be honest. Playing some games, I'm donezo at the bottom of the hour. I'm getting punchy. But please don't think that's like any less of appreciation for that incredible super chat you threw. Um, but for that, I will answer any question you guys have got that will not get me demonetized. Dude, it helps out. It really helps out. I appreciate it. Granted, I will get 70. I'm not complaining about the amount of your super chat. Like if you super chatted me $1,000, I would only get 700 from YouTube. But yeah, I'm not going to get that till December, and it will be $70, not 100. Yeah, I'm like, I made $100. YouTube is like, we made $100. Oh, you know what? There's something I want to talk about. Did I ever try any of those? No, I have not. The first Quest album and stuff like that. Never listened to it. Never have. Never have. Anyway, I want to address something, and this has to do with a hurricane. And I was thinking about this a lot, like Monday and Tuesday night, and I want to talk about Florida Man. Setting aside how punchy I am right now, I am Florida Man. My wife is Florida woman. My daughters are Florida women. More so than me, because I'm not a native. I only moved here when I was 10. The trope of Florida Man is one that we're all like crazy and methed out, and we'll rob a Wendy's by throwing an alligator through the drive-through window and that sort of thing. Let me describe two scenarios. A man high on bath salts removes all of his clothes, tries to assault pedestrians, and eventually lies down in the middle of an intersection, crying and screaming obscenities, and fights off the police until they have to tase him multiple times, and he's put in protective custody. And you read that, and that happened in Miami-Dade. Of course, it was Florida Man. An intoxicated and disorderly man was arrested in New York City. Which one sounds worse? Both are the same. The one in New York could have been even worse in details. All arrest records in Florida are public. And that's a feature, not a bug. You don't want your dirty laundry aired? Don't break the law. All arrest records are public. Florida Man, playing some games, man. Just like throwing money at me, bro. Thank you so much. Good Lord. That is a feature, Aaron Arrears says. Let me tell you about the Florida Man, the actual Florida Man. The actual Florida Man is an independent, motivated, caring, and tough when the chips are down guy who looks out for his neighbors, who, because we have more retirees because of our awesome fucking weather, will look in on the elderly couple living across the street from them when the power goes out because of these hurricanes and take them a case of water and some food. He'll be the first to fire up his chainsaw to get the tree off of his neighbor's front yard so they can get out of their house. They're the guys who'll post on social media, hey, does anybody need gas? The Tenneco at the I-4 exit in Altamont Springs still has plenty of gas, and they say they're getting a truck later if you get up there and they don't have it. He helps his neighbors board up. He looks out for people. He'll tell people, hey, the best time to go to Disney is this. Go to Cocoa Beach. It's just as nice as Daytona and less crowded and less overbuilt. He'll say, look, if you're going to be here long enough, maybe don't spend all your time at Disney. Here's some beautiful state parks. Florida Man cheers on the undoing of the years of damage that the Army Corps of Engineers did to the Everglades and welcomes its restoration to a beautiful natural mangrove and sawgrass ocean. We want our lakes to be clean, our beaches to be pristine. We're proud of the fact that humans left for another planet from a tiny little beachside community in our very state. You want to go to the tropics? You want to visit a Caribbean island, but you can't fly? If you can drive down to Florida, you can do it. We've got dozens of them at the end of the state. You're welcome to visit. And Democrat governor, Republican governor, state-leaning blue, state-leaning red, we stick together because that's what we do here. That's Florida Man. Not some cockamamie bullshit you see in fucking New York Post. That's what we do. So that is my rant. I've been wanting to do that because I saw all of those positive qualities I first listed. And I'm not even gonna hide the fact that I reached out to my friends and a neighbor across the street, Joe. He's originally from Puerto Rico, but he's as Florida Man as they come. He's come over here and helped me board up. He's come back from Big Lots and said, hey, I said they had this, so I got two. Here's one for you. That's just how we are down here. And, if we get tarred as, crazy manatee riding yahoos, well, I guess we'll just have to take that. That's it. And we play a lot of role-playing games. What's my Xanth magical power? I have only ever read one Piers Anthony book, and it was On a Pale Horse. Someone said, you should read On a Pale Horse. It's good. And I read it, and it was okay, and I never wanted to read anything else. Not because I didn't like it. I was just like, okay, that was fine. I hope you do, Alan. I hope everybody can come to Central Florida, and I'll take you. If you like seafood, we'll go to Leah and Rick's. If you want to nerd out, we'll go to Gods and Monsters. You want to see the most mind-blowing, amazing technological leaps that we took, that we went from, you know, well, we can fill rockets with explosives and throw them at cities, to we can put people on another planet. We'll go over to KSC. Oh, you'll come down for BillCon. Is there a con down here called BillCon? Because I've never heard of it. Well, you're spending your vacation money playing some games. you're giving me all your playing some games. Anyone who calls it BillCon, I will give an anti-badge to. It's like, oh, it's $25 for the weekend. Yes. Oh, here you go. Oh, what's this? That badge means you can't get into anything, not even the con. Go away. That's right. Interesting factoid about Florida: you can't starve us out. We produce and export more food than we import, and we have it all: beef, dairy, of course, wheat, citrus, grapes, all kinds of fruit. I think apples are not on the menu. But yeah, go ahead and try and starve us out. Won't work. And if we got to keep the cows for just milk, alligator is delicious. Playing some games, have you had alligator before? Who here has had alligator before? Doesn't count if you're from Florida. Death Angels, put your pencil down and fold your hands. Alligator is good. Meat's had alligator. I would say alligator has got a. It's like a chewier fish. No, it does not taste like chicken. Lake Wales Ridge. Lake Wales, Wales, no H, like the place in Scotland, Wales. Lake Wales is in Florida. I don't know what's going on over there. Alligator. Boiled shrimp is good. Boiled shrimp is real good. Um, yeah, it's gamey, but you know it's what the breading and honey mustard is for. Death Angels, that's funny. Have I had boiled? Hell yes, I've had boiled peanuts. What beer does Florida Man drink? Florida Man, um, surfboard lager is delicious. Um, let's see. Citrus beers are, of course, always a good thing. Citrusy ciders, we like those. Uh, this Florida Man, this Florida Man. Um, you know what? I'm actually okay with like a crisp pilsner. It's like a nice tart crisp pilsner. So if you come to Florida, any of you, if I know you well enough, and you come to Florida, um, no, Injun Joe, that is a solar flare. There is a diffuse solar flare that is hitting the Earth just right to do that. Um, but if you come to Florida and you want to do this, you want to hang out, we'll go to Lee and Rick's. We'll get a bucket steamed medium and a half pound of steamed shrimp. Yeah, I'm not eating fish that's been bleached. Sorry. Or is that lewd fisk? Lewd, quaalude fisk. Have I seen the Cadillac? I know of the Cadillac Ranch. Pastel Fox, I can currently see. Aurora Borealis, at this time of day, at this time of year, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen. Oh, my wife's cat thought I was yelling at her. She left. May I see it? No. No. Well, Delver, you are an odd fellow, but I must admit, you stream a good ham. Aurora Borealis. Yeah, okay, so that is a regional thing. IPA is disgusting, and no one should drink it. It tastes like pet ear medicine with carbonation and developer fluid. Ho, 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 ho. No isometric exercises. Care to join me? Yes, we are supposed to get a asteroid that will hang around for a little bit and then take off. I hope it means a cold snap. No, I said streamed hams. Old family recipe. Yeah, no, I was having Guinness last night, and I love stouts. I'm okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'm okay if things chill out a little bit. Cool the oceans. Get a little bit of the EAC back. A fair few less hurricanes. I can think of, Pastel, I am sure you've probably heard this your whole life. I can think of one that you might like. The company is called Cider Boys. It is called Grand Mimosa. It is an apple orange flavored hard cider with no alcoholic taste. Or Lindemans, apple or peach. They're lambics. There's no alcohol taste to them, but they are very potent beers. Rob, take care. I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be done soon. We've got key lime cheesecake in the fridge. We did that just before the storm. Number one daughter. And that's just in terms of which one got here first, not preference. Yeah, cider is really good. But yeah, we made a key lime cheesecake. I gave you guys the cheesecake basic last night. Key lime is much the same, but you have to play with the sugar. You have to use enough vanilla, and you cannot go crazy with the lime. But also, you want to put sour cream in it. That is key lime cheesecake is kind of like basic cheesecake is first to third level. Key lime cheesecake is like a fourth to seventh level. You know what's like ridiculously good, Pastel Fox, is champagne and Guinness. It's called a black velvet. It's quite good. It's half champagne, half Guinness. But it asks the question, Shinchara, how do you know what a cyborg feels like? All right. So here's the key lime cheesecake recipe. And I'll wrap up on this because I am very punchy right now. Here's the key lime cheesecake recipe. Everything I told you last night to assemble a basic cheesecake is in play here. You want 5 key limes. Persian limes will do if you can't find them. Black and tans, also very good, Jay Tyler. Irish car bombs, which I've had on the show before. I've consumed while I've been on the show before. It's a shot of Bailey's, and you drop it down in your pint of Guinness. Not like you pour a shot of Bailey's into Guinness. You could, it's the same thing, but you pour the shot into a shot glass and then drop it down into your pint. All right, so everything is standard. 5 Persian limes, sliced in half, juiced. Get a strainer. You don't want pulp. A half a cup. Now, by cup, I mean the container it comes in. Half a cup of sour cream, not low-fat sour cream, just full-fat sour cream. Put that in, mix it thoroughly. Put your key lime juice in, mix it thoroughly. Now comes the important part. You have to start tasting it. Initially, even with your full cup of sugar, it's probably going to be bitter, probably too tart. You might like it, you might be okay with it, that's fine. Add vanilla and sugar to taste. Slowly bring it up. Slowly bring it up. Because if you make it too sweet, you basically wasted your lime juice. But slowly sweeten it till you hit that perfect balance point of tart and sweet. Then you pour it in your spring form pan. You bake it same temperature, same length of time. But here's the thing. Monitor it in the last little bit and make sure that you get it good. You don't want it underdone in the center. Remember, it needs the heat to bond the proteins in the eggs and cream cheese to make a lattice to hold everything nicely, that it doesn't just, blah, you know. Let it cool, throw it in the fridge overnight. Key lime cheesecake. But you have to be careful with your sweet and tart. You can use gravity tugs. You can wave of mutilation. You can use gravity tugs. You can use direct action against it. You can use a laser to heat up one side of it to cause it to outgas and actually push itself away. There's a lot of methods. But anyway, guys, you're welcome playing some games. Thank you for the super. Thank you for the coffees. I'm out of here, guys. I'm melting. So I'm finna get out of here. Thank you everyone for being here tonight again. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications. Tomorrow night, back to normal, back over in the studio space, we're playing Call of Cthulhu on live stream from 9 to midnight. I will get plenty of sleep. Saturday evening, 7 o'clock Eastern, possibly 7:30, I'll need to check. We will have Miss Alyssa, well, Hazel's not her married last name, so Miss Alyssa Hazel will be here talking about her books and just chatting in general, and I expect you all to be on your best behavior while we have a guest in the class. Love you all, guys. Take care of each other, and I will see you tomorrow night. Peace.